Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is ArianaYsabel. You may know me as ArianaYsabelBeauty, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me today. For today's video, you may be wondering why I look a little crazy over in the hair department, but for today's video I wanted to talk about how I revive my curls. And what I mean by revive my curls is that I washed my hair however many days ago. I won't tell you how long it's been. But, you know, for girls that have curly hair, you don't want to wash your hair every single day, because when you wash your hair, you're stripping out the oils and all the good stuff that's in your hair. If you wash it daily, it strips the natural goodness that is in your hair, and it gets dry and it gets brittle. So I don't wash my hair every day. As I've told you on my channel before, I wash my hair 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how I'm feeling, depending on what's going on. And so when I want to wear my hair curly and I don't just want to throw it up in a bun, you have to have a routine to help bring your hair back to life, give it a little zhuzh, you know, make it beautiful and vibrant again, just like you. So I'm going to show you how I bring back my curls. Just a couple steps. I promise you I'm not using 1,000 products. I'm using 2, maybe 3. So if you're interested in learning how I bring my curls back to life, go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so the first part of reviving my curls always starts the night before. Or if I'm gonna like go out and get ready and I've had my hair up all day, this is always my first step. So my first step is always to braid my hair. It is not a super tight braid, it's not super precise. I do start about up here, and the reason that I do this is because it's like a protective style for me. I found that when I wear my hair up in a bun, you know, the way that I like to do my bun is put it literally on top of my head and then twist around. I find that my curl pattern gets super disrupted because then I have everything swirling in one way. So I always like to wear a braid because I find that helps my curls stay similar to their natural pattern. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and take my braid out, and this is how I slept with it last night. So before I went to bed, my hair was dry and looking a little less than beautiful, and so I just went ahead and braided it. And so then first things first, I'm going to undo the braid, and already we can see that I've got some nice, beautiful curls. Okay, so I see what we're working with here. We are working with definitely some frizz. Not too much because my hair is still like nice and conditioned. And see, the reason that I like to keep it in the braid is because it keeps everything just beautiful and sort of effortless. But I've got some lack of definition. We got a little bit of craziness happening up top here, and then definitely some craziness here. Because of the braid, my curls are still quite lovely. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where my part is. And you just kind of want to shake out everything. Pull it up, you know. Get all my dead hairs, or my hairs that are falling out. You know, my poor husband, when we got married and started living together, I was like, you know what? You're going to find my hairs everywhere. And he's like, yeah, you know, like we dated, and I would spend time in his apartment, and he'd be like, dang, your hairs are everywhere. And I'm like, oh, you just wait till we live together someday. And he's like, yeah, okay. And so a couple weeks into it, he's like, how is it that I find your hair in my socks? And I'm like, sorry. Unless you want to start washing our clothes separately, which means that I won't do it and I won't fold it. I don't want to hear your complaints. Does anybody else have that? Okay, so I've decided that my part's going to be here. You see, I've got a little bit of lack of definition and some frizz happening here. What I'm going to do, using my 2, maybe 3 products. This is difficult because I'm not standing in front of a sink. So I've got my cup of water, and I've got my trusty, my favorite product that I've literally not put down since I've gotten, my Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Curl Enhancing Smoothie. First off, I love this product. I love the way it smells. It's subtly sweet without being overpoweringly sweet, and it's got a really interesting consistency It's like a gel cream hybrid. If you haven't seen my other videos on how I wash and care for my curls, I'm gonna go ahead and link those in the description box, as well as my Deva cut that I had a couple months ago. This product is like one of the only things that I use to style my curls, and I find honestly that I don't need much else. So let's go ahead and get on started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do, like I mentioned, I'm normally doing this in front of a sink in my bathroom with a mirror, but I've got my handy cup of water ready to go, and my product, I've got it opened already. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some moisture back into these curls. So I also got a towel here because probably gonna need it. This is difficult. Filming videos, hard. Okay, so I'm just getting my hand wet. You know, normally, of course, that would be in a sink. But first thing that I'm gonna do is just brush over my curls with this water. And I'm gonna coat all of the areas that I feel are dry, which in this instance is most of them, especially back here, and especially around the crown of my head, because sometimes, you know, when your curls are wet, you feel like you can see your curl pattern a lot better, and then that way it's easier for you to apply product to the areas where you need it. So I'm feeling that back here, I'm definitely missing some definition and moisture. I'm just gonna keep adding this in. So, and again, I'm not soaking my hair, I'm just basically getting the surface layer a little damp. And then I have a little piece of hair right here that's pretty flat, so I'm gonna just invigorate that again, get some curl and bounce back into it. So now that I've got my curls a little bit more to where I want them to be, I'm gonna go ahead and take my product, and what I like to do is I just like to scoop it out. I start with less than I think I need, because I found that it can be really easy to overdo it, especially with curl products, and then your hair gets weighed down. And I go ahead and just start applying to some of the areas that I feel my hair needs to curl. And I like to scrunch, distribute the product, because I like to evenly distribute throughout my hair. And then I see that it still hasn't fully rubbed in, so I like to take water again, rub that in between my hands, and go into the areas and spread out that product. And then I know that my ends need a little bit more, so I'm taking water first and then some product, rubbing it in between my hands and going onto the areas that I need it, and switching back and forth between water and product. See, I know my ends need a little bit more love. And then what I like to do is I like to feel around and see where my hair feels dry. Not dry like I haven't put any water on it, but dry like it needs a little bit of moisture and a little bit of love. And just follow the same pattern. So a little bit of product, a little bit of water. And again, I don't soak my hair because this is like in the morning, like I gotta go to work. So I need my hair to look presentable. But I don't want to show up to work with it sopping wet. So this is just a quick fix. And I see I'm still lacking definition up front here. So I'm gonna go in with my water, add my moisture, and see my curl looks a little disrupted. So I'm just taking my product on the front end here, and then I'm gonna scrunch up a little bit, but then I'm also going to give my hair the definition where it needs it. So I always go around my finger, sort of like a curling iron, and then take it off, scrunch up, and then let it fall. The other thing that I like to do is flip my hair over. And then that way you can see sort of the backs and the ends sort of all at once. and you can see where you need a little bit more water and a little bit more product. And normally, while I let my hair dry a little bit, this is when I'm getting ready for work, playing with the dog, putting on my clothes, putting on my makeup, and all that fun stuff. So I'll be back in just a few minutes with the final look. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. That concludes my video on how I refresh my curls after a couple of days without washing them. And yeah, my hair stays looking pretty flawless. I do get a little frizzy towards the end of the day, but that's pretty normal for me. I hope you enjoyed it. This is what works for me. Let me know what works for you down in the comments below. What products are your must-haves for daily curl wearing? I'll make sure to link my previous videos about my curly hair and regarding the products that I use in my description box below. If you want more curly haired videos, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure to leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I mean, come on, why not? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!